What's up, guys? We're hitting a little talk and drive today. I wanted to discuss something that happens all the time, and I have a few great examples from my Instagram page. The question is, white carbs or brown carbs, white rice or brown rice, white potatoes or sweet potatoes. We hear this all the time, and unfortunately, those who have simply a podcast knowledge of nutrition have no idea what the hell they're talking about. I posted a picture yesterday of my lunch while on the road. It was a 4-ounce grass-fed burger. It was approximately a half a cup of white jasmine rice, and it was steamed kale. That was my lunch. And I posted it, and no less than two, or probably more than two. Oi, sir, can you fill it 93 cash, please? Fill it cash, baby. But anyway, a few people jumped on my page, and one said, white rice turns into sugar. And of course, and anytime you troll me, I go to your page. So I go to this dude's page, and what do I see? First photo he has is this plate of crap with a couple chocolate-covered strawberries on there. So homeboy's talking about sugar when he's eating processed sugar. He's worried about my white jasmine rice when he's fueling himself with strawberries, to which are fine, but he's putting in crappy chocolate, God knows from what source. Anyway, and then I scroll a little bit deeper, and he's got a big old plate of mashed potatoes, white mashed potatoes with some nasty looking Costco gravy. All right, dude, so you come on my page, you troll me about how bad organic white jasmine rice is, I guess, and you have all this just nasty crap on your page. This is very common. And then another dude pops on, says you should eat brown rice instead. White rice turns to sugar. And I said, well, what do you mean by that? And he basically came back, and it's on the phone, and I'm talking on the phone right now, and he's like, it's a fact. I say, like, what's your source? And he said, go Google it. Yeah, buddy, you have no idea. So here's the breakdown, and this is what I wanted to talk to you guys about. Why do we eat carbohydrates? We eat carbohydrates simply so they can be stored as glycogen for later use as glucose. Glucose is the primary fuel source for the human body. I don't care what all the keto heads say. I don't care what the carnivores say. Glycogen, expressed as glucose, is the most powerful energy substrate for the human being, period, the end. There's no refuting that. If that were false, every sprinter, every soccer player, every football player, every mixed martial artist, every basketball player, every marathon runner would be on a ketogenic or carnivore diet, but they're not, because it doesn't work. Do you not think over the last 100 or so years of organized sports competition that the human society would not figure out that not eating carbs is better than eating carbs? It makes no sense. So all my keto buddies, all my carnivore buddies refute that point. The vast majority, like 99.9 some odd percent of every competitive athlete worth their salt is eating a carbohydrate fueled diet. Some lower carb, some moderate carb, some high carb. The fact is, a carbohydrate influenced diet offers a dramatic performance benefit. That's the truth. To refute that makes absolutely no sense. How are you? How's your day going? There you go, and 2 for you.
Thank you, my friend.
Absolutely, I appreciate you, sir. Thank you. All right. So, what's my point here? Now, I'm not getting into all the biochem and doing all that shit because it's not worthwhile. After speaking with you and knowing what we do and knowing what you need, it's not worthwhile. You want to listen to biochem? Go listen to another dude's podcast where they sit there and all they do is they regurgitate other studies that has no bearing on you, but it lets you think that they're smart enough to tell you what to do as they're telling you not to eat carbohydrates. Why not? Do you want to perform at optimal levels? Do you want to perform at your absolute best? You need some form of quality carbohydrates in your life. We, of course, at the DOLCE Diet, we suggest carbohydrate sources from whole foods, micronutrient, phytonutrient-rich whole food carbohydrate sources are by far the most effective form of carbohydrate to consume, and the only ones that we actually suggest. We do not suggest processed sugars like Mr. Troll is eating with his chocolate-covered strawberries. So silly. But anyway, the white versus brown rice conversation, the white potato versus sweet potato conversation goes out the window as soon as you add that ingredient with another ingredient. What does that mean? If I eat white rice by itself, and people always talk about the glycemic rating of white rice or white potato or white bread for that matter. People talk about that all the time. I had a great conversation with Chris Bell, Mark Bell's brother, when I was up there at Super Training Gym, the strongest gym in the West. I had a great conversation with Chris about just this. People talk about the high glycemic rating of white carbohydrates, as we'll call it right now. But the glycemic rating changes as soon as that ingredient is added to another ingredient. What does that mean? As soon as I take that white jasmine rice and I add grass-fed ground beef to it, the glycemic rating of that meal dramatically changes because of the protein and because of the fat. It immediately changes. Therefore, the white rice versus brown rice, if you're only concerned about the glycemic rating or the insulinogenic activity of that specific ingredient, you must take into consideration the totality of the meal. And most people don't. Most of these fools don't, because either they don't know, which means they shouldn't be telling you anything, or because they're conflating the facts, which also means they shouldn't be telling you anything. They're not being honest with you either through ignorance or malintent. Either way, they're not credible sources, and that really pisses me off. So what I said is guys, you basically have a podcast knowledge of nutrition. You listen to someone who's slightly smarter than you, or not even smarter than you, someone who has slightly more information about one specific topic. You listen to them and you think, oh my God, they must know everything. I'm going to do exactly what they say. I'm going to parrot what they say, even though it's wrong. When I talk to you guys, I say, please, every single thing I say, go out and research on your own. Prove me wrong, please. Everything I say, do not take as fact. Prove me wrong. Do your own research. Do your own due diligence. To wrap this up now, is white rice better than brown rice? Yeah, actually, white jasmine rice is by far a superior carbohydrate source based upon digestibility, and this is the most important aspect. When we eat carbohydrates primarily to be stored as glycogen to later be expressed as glucose. When I eat carbs, when I tell you guys to eat carbs, I'm telling you to eat carbs primarily for the storage component for later use, so we can perform highly effective glycolytic activities and be fully fueled for that activity. That is the whole point of eating a carbohydrate. Now, there's a secondary source of certain type of carbohydrates where we are fulfilling our micronutrient and our phytonutrient needs. This is where fruits and produce comes in, plant-based produce and fruits and things like that. When we're eating more of the denser complex carbohydrates, that's more as a storage capacity of glycogen. White rice, white potato is by far more efficient at being digested and stored than their darker counterparts. So white rice versus brown rice, there's no question white rice is more efficient at being stored and excellent at being expressed as glucose later on down the road. Now, brown rice, for many reasons, falls very low on my list. I don't ever suggest brown rice. White rice, black rice, wild rice, quinoa, amaranth, oats, white potato, sweet potato, all rank higher than brown rice in our hierarchy. And whatever you like, eat it. Whatever works well for you, eat it. That's fine. White rice works extremely well. And you can see the amount of size that I have on my plate relative to my body mass. I'm 212 pounds of lean, sexy, powerful muscle. And you get these and I said to the one dude, he's like 150 pounds standing in perfect lighting in the mirror just about how yoked he is. Dude, I'm damn near 70 pounds heavier than you, and I'm leaner than you, and you dare try and give me advice on nutrition? Like, man, I'm pressing you. I could press 2 of you. I could overhead press 2 of you. I could incline press 2 of you. I could put a 50-pound weight vest on you and hit one-arm dumbbell rows with you. And you're talking about how bad my meal is when you have a slop-filled, nasty Costco gravy, chocolate-covered strawberries sitting on your plate, but you're a 1 meal a day douche. And that this dude was a 1 meal a day guy. I'm only eating 1 meal a day. What amazing results I'm having. Man, my little sister is bigger than you and more muscular than you. Or she would be if I had one. You know what I'm saying. But anyway, so I hope this information's helpful. It was kind of a rant, kind of educational. If you have any questions, leave them below this video. And remember, give this video a thumbs up. Bang, 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 bang. Thumbs up, baby. Thumbs up if you appreciate the content, you appreciate the time, because I sure as heck appreciate you. Until next time, boom. Wait! Do you want to get in the best shape of your life? Use the same program I used to lose 24 pounds in 3 weeks. That's right, the 3 weeks to shredded program at thedolcediet.com. Every meal, every recipe, every exercise is personalized for you. Thedolcediet.com. Get in the best shape of your life right now. Promo code SummerShred. Save 20% at thedolcediet.com.